Hey guys, welcome back at Southern Beer Review, and it's been a while since we've posted because we've been dealing with some things as school let out about a week ago. But just to refresh your memory, we are in the middle of a Porch series dealing with the Cigar City Brewery out of Tampa, Florida. The first beer we did a couple of weeks ago was the Maduro Brown, which was a home run for both of us.
Yep, we loved it.
The second beer in our Cigar City Port series is one of my favorite IPAs. I would even call it a go-to, and I'll let John tell you a little bit about the Jai Alai.
Yeah, you may recall our very first video if you've been watching all our videos. Hopefully you have. If you haven't, you need to go back and watch them. They're good. But this was William actually mentioned this as one of his go-tos. I think on our first three, and it's hard to deny its popularity and its well-earned popularity. Um, it's a just an IPA. It's a classic IPA. It's one of those ones that I always think about when I think about my favorite IPAs. So it comes in at 7.5%, about 65 IBU, so not over. It shouldn't be overpoweringly bitter. But we've never reviewed it before, even though we've had it multiple times. And before we taste it, I'm gonna also just give you a reminder: if you like what you see here, hit the like button. Even better, hit the subscribe button, and that way you can get alerts when we post a new video. And make a comment in the comments section if you want to talk about anything or tell us where we're wrong somewhere.
And we're gonna be coming at you a little more frequently now that summer's upon us. We got a lot of cool things planned. All right, so
Absolutely.
let's give it a shot.
Cheers.
I could probably grade this already, but just to be technical about it, it's to me it's a great combination of the hoppiness that you get with an IPA, but also a subtle hint of orange or fruit as well.
Orange, yeah.
Um,
It's odd because I get just on that first taste, I got just the smallest hint of vanilla. It almost kind of seems like, remember the dreamsicle popsicles when we were young? It's
yeah.
almost like a dreamsicle
I have never
in the
been.
best possible way.
By the way, I've never been to Cigar City. I've been to Tampa, but I've not been to the brewery. But for whatever reason, over the last 4 or 5 years, whatever they've put out, I've really been attracted to. Not only the Maduro Brown that we did with our first beer in this port series, but like I said, this is if I'm in the grocery store and I just want an IPA that I know is going to be good, this is one that I go to.
You can't mess with it. It's a little, I'd forgotten it was 7.5%. I was thinking it would be around 6. A lot of your more traditional common IPAs you see around 6 now, but you certainly don't notice it when you're drinking it.
Right.
So it could be a little dangerous, but
It's very smooth, but again, I like the fusion of the hoppiness along with the fruit essence that
yeah,
you
and
get.
it's not an overpowering kind of orange taste, but there's an oranginess to it. There's a little bit of pininess to it, I think, too, which is what I prefer. And it's just very well balanced. Nothing seems extreme. There's a little bit of sweetness to balance out the bitterness.
Yep.
I mean,
In fact, the can says citrus forward IPA with notes of clementine, orange peel. I'm sorry to be uncultured, but I wouldn't be able to tell the difference between a clementine and an orange. I thought they were, but
yeah,
and then caramel malt. Anyway,
yeah, it's
and I'm
balanced.
I'm not going to remotely try to get into the rules of the game Jai Alai. I think that's the game they used to play when Miami Vice came on. Like it
Is
was
that
in
what
part
it
of,
was?
part of the introduction. But
Okay.
anyway, all right.
Yeah.
Well, you want to go first, John? You want to give us a
Yeah,
rating?
this is an easy rating for me as I kind of pour the rest, top mine off here. Um, this is probably one of my favorite, just traditional kinds of IPAs, and one of my favorite Southern IPAs. I'm going to give it an 8.5.
Yeah. Excuse me. I kind of had the grade in my head before I drank it because I've had it so much, and I'll go a little bit. I'll go 9, and that's high. That's about as high as we've given a beer. I mean, we've gone 9.5 on a few, but as far as just a standard for me, this is among my favorite IPAs.
Yeah, and so far the pack is shaping up to be really good.
It really is.
Maduro is super strong. High Life, super strong. Now these next two are newer beers that we're going to be doing, which is the Fancy Papers IPA, and then the well, I don't have it in front of me, but I think it's
It's
a
a Belgian Golden.
Belgian
Ale.
Golden. Yeah.
All right. Well, the highlight checks in at 8.75, and once again, if you're in the grocery store and you're staring into the case of beer and don't know what to get, Jai Alai is a good one to get, or a Cigar City pack. But again, like us, subscribe if you don't mind, and we're going to try to be. We got a lot of cool things planned, so we're going to be bringing you more content as the summer goes on.
Yeah, that's a promise.
All right,
Y'all take
thanks,
care.
guys. Appreciate it.